Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So like the title says, this is going to be part one of me drawing the straw hats, and it's going to be all of the current straw hats up to Wano. And so if you aren't there yet, then, I don't know if you mind spoilers, but if you don't mind them, then you can feel free to keep watching. So I wanted to improve my sketching skills, so I decided that because there are so many straw hats, it would be fun for me to draw all of them. And I really started that because of the sketch that I did of Chopper. I had a good time just, working on this, and then I decided that it would be nice to draw all of them and have them all on one little page. So I didn't do like full body photos or anything, like I mostly just did their face, but it was a lot of fun drawing all of them, and I definitely think that my sketching skills improved a lot. One thing that was super important to me when I first started this was that I was choosing some photos of some of the straw hats facing in different directions, since that's what I've been working on recently and trying to draw people from like sides and angles and stuff, so it's not always just front facing photos. And so I think that I really developed a technique for myself that I can use to try to draw characters, so that was really exciting for me. So I didn't draw these characters in any specific order. Like, I didn't draw them from my favorite character to least favorite straw hat, just because it is hard for me to rank the straw hats, because I do like all of them, and then like some of them are just so close in ranking for me, and like each arc it kind of changes a little bit, my ranking. But yeah, I just decided randomly who I was gonna start drawing. Luffy and Zoro are definitely my top two, though. Like, they've consistently been my favorite characters. But I really like all of the straw hats, and I definitely do like some more than others. Like, I'll say that Usopp and Sanji for me have had moments that make them less likable than the other straw hats, but like in terms of like Nami and Robin and stuff, like those two are two of my favorite characters ever, so they're also super high on my list. Frankie and Brooke have really grown on me and stuff. Like Chopper, I always have said that he's like my son because he's so cute. Jinbei, I've liked him since he was first introduced. So yeah, like I definitely like all of the straw hats, and it's pretty much just Usopp and Sanji that I can say are my like last two straw hats, and then the rest, like their ranking kind of switches back and forth. Okay, but enough of the rambling of my ranking list for the straw hats. This picture of Zoro was definitely harder for me to draw than I originally anticipated, but it was good because it definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone a bit, and that's exactly what I wanted to do with these sketches. So like this face angle isn't something that I was really used to drawing, and then also trying to draw some of his swords too, it definitely took me quite a bit of time, but I feel like with each sketch I got better and better at laying out the different features that I needed and like mapping out where things should be on the faces of the sketch that I was doing, so it looked as close to possible as like the reference photo that I was using. So I'm really proud that I was even able to do that, because it wasn't too long ago that like the sketches that I was doing for people really did not look all that similar to them at all. So definitely a lot of growth. So for Robin, there were so many photos that I wanted to choose from, because there's just so many like nice photos of her, and she's beautiful and whatever. But I specifically chose this photo because it's from one of my favorite scenes that Robin has been in, and it has probably my favorite Robin line so far in the series. So for a little bit of context, if you have not seen the scene and you're okay with the spoiler, because this is a post-time skip spoiler, but basically in this scene, Robin is being told how she's always going to have her life in danger because she can read the poneglyphs, and her backstory was obviously super tragic and super sad and everything, and she really didn't have anyone that she could depend on until she joined the Straw Hats. And so, hearing that she was always going to be in danger could have been something that sent her in a panic, and she could have wanted to run away from the Straw Hats to try to protect them like she did back in Water 7 in Annie's lobby. But she has grown so much since then, and so in this moment, instead of getting super worried and panicked and everything, she just smiles and says that she'll be fine because she has strong friends that will protect her. And it was so cute, and seeing everyone's all of the rest of the crew's response to that and how happy it made them to hear that she trusted in them was just such a nice and wholesome moment. I really love it so much. So Nami's backstory is really what made me like One Piece so much. It really made me start to really pay attention to the story, because up until then, I had started watching the show because my brothers watch it and stuff, and I was like, okay, I'll watch one of your favorite shows, whatever. And so the first couple of episodes and stuff, it was fine. It's not I disliked it or anything, but I was kind of just neutral on it. And I was like, okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's a nice, fun show about pirates. And then this arc came and made me cry, and I have never been the same since. When I tell you that the scene of Nami asking Luffy to help her lives in my mind rent-free, I really was so surprised by how that arc was written, and just the storytelling, and also just the character development and learning more about the One Piece world in general. It really made me pay attention, because the idea of the show that I had, I realized that it wasn't completely correct. Yes, obviously there were a lot of fun and silly moments and everything, but there were also a lot of traumas that were going to be talked about in the show. And so, not that before them, Usopp and Sanji and stuff didn't have any trauma, that's not what I'm saying at all, but their stories definitely made me sad, but something about Nami's story really resonated with me, and I just, it really opened my eyes to what One Piece is, and I've just loved it ever since, and it continues to make me cry to this day. So earlier I said that Usopp is one of my least favorite Straw Hats, and I just want to clarify that I do still like him. I just wish that he had more moments like he did in Annie's lobby when he had assistance from Sogeking, and also in Dressrosa after he actually decided to do what he needed to do and help the rest of his team by taking down Sugar. But his moments of cowardice, they didn't necessarily bother me before, but I think the moment in Dressrosa really annoyed me because it showed regression on his part, and obviously that's not his fault. He's not real, so that's more the story writing and everything. But I think that one of the things about Usopp is that he's supposed to do things even when he is scared, but the way that Dressrosa was so dragged out with him actually running away and stuff, like that kind of really annoyed me because I had just hoped that he had grown more than that moment showed. And so that's one thing that I think we'll forever side-eye him for, just because like it wasn't really necessary. Like he knew that he was the only one that could help them, and he even made a comment saying that this is something that he could do and take care of, but he decided to be a coward for a bit, and like, yeah, he just really put everyone in danger. And the worst part is Luffy was out here like, oh, Usopp is there, like it'll be fine, like he's gonna take care of things. Meanwhile, Usopp is running away. Like I don't know. I just really hope that he has some better moments that truly show his growth and where he is. Like, I know his story is all about him becoming a brave warrior of the sea, and so I just hope that we see more bravery from him, and he doesn't have any more moments like he did in Dressrosa with him running away, even though he was fully capable of taking care of things. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. That's all that I can do for this video, but I hope that you will follow so you can come back and see the next part of the series.